Welcome to the Diary of a Cameraman. Today we will be taking an introduction to Adobe Premiere Pro. Like I told you in the introduction to Adobe that Adobe has a lot of softwares for different packages. We have Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, the Media Encoder, illustration, as the case may be. So we'll be diving into the introduction of a video editing software that is owned by Adobe, which is known as Adobe Premiere Pro. So this is my Adobe Premiere Pro. Let's dive into Adobe Premiere Pro. Adobe Premiere Pro, this is 2019 version of Adobe Premiere Pro. Every year, Adobe Premiere Pro produces a new version, like 2025 now. Adobe Premiere Pro will soon launch each 2025 version. 2024 has a version, 2023 has a version, and so on. So this is the interface of Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, welcome to Premiere Pro. Here we have, by my left hand side, we have new project and we have open project. The new project simply means if you want to actually start editing a video or carry out a new video, you want to start editing a new video, so you have to click new project so you can create a sequence, create the bins to actually place all your footage, then start editing it. Why open project simply means open already existed project. For example, you have worked on a particular video and you want to open the video and make some corrections, or you want to export it, or you want to go through the video and see if there's anything you can add to that video to make it look more amazing. So you click open project here. That will now take you to all the videos you have done and you can now make your corrections. Then all here are like up here wrote recent. These are recent files, recent project that I worked on. Recent project that I worked on for the past 1 month. So these are the recent projects here. So if you want to open any of them, you can just click on it and open it. So then, so I'll click new project. Then this is new project icon. First thing we have here is the name. So the type name of the project. Let me say, for example, is a birthday party of Cecilia. I can type Cecilia birthday party. If that is what you actually want to edit. So then here is the location. Second thing is the location. So here is C/user/ Lenovo /p picture / then the extension transition. This is the folder where the project file is saved. I can set to change the project file by clicking browse here. It will not take me to, I will now have to select where I want to save the project file and change the location. The essence of project file is in case you work on this project finish and let me say your system crashes, you cannot open that project again on your Premiere Pro crashes or your system crashes, you can open that project again on your Premiere Pro or your system. You can copy the project file and take to someone else's system. Once you still have the raw footage, import into the person's system, then open the project file. Once you open the project file, those videos will still show and you can now export that particular footage. But most time it always works for Premiere Pro of the same version. For example, if I edited this Cecilia and birthday party in Adobe Premiere Pro 2019 and my Premiere Pro crashes and my laptop crashes and I was able to copy out my project file and I take it to Adobe Premiere Pro 2024 or 2023, it's going to be difficult for it to export because it was not built on the same, it was not carried out on the same Adobe package. It was carried out in a lower version or in a higher version. But if it is the same 2019 Adobe, it's going to be very easy. But recently, Adobe is doing everything possible to make sure that despite the version of Adobe package you use, you can export your project file using any of them. So that is location for you. Then general here we have settings. These settings are default settings, so you don't have to tamper with it. Then here we have scratch disk. The scratch this has to be same as project, all of them. Anyone that is separate, you change it to same as project, same as project. Then you have the inject settings. So you just use default setting. Then I click OK. So click OK. This is your Premiere Pro interface. Then here is our source panel. Here is our program panel. Here is our project panel. And here is our sequence panel, also known as timeline panel. Here I clicked is our source panel. Here's our program panel. Here's our project panel. Here's our sequence panel. The source panel is a panel where that previews your footage. For example, if we import a video or an image, I want to preview the parts of the video you want to cut out. I want to preview the video before you start editing it. It displays in your source panel. While your program panel is a panel that displays the clips or the footage you brought into your sequence panel, which is here, also known as a timeline panel. So every project, be it a video, a picture, a music that you brought into your sequence panel, or will always be shown in your program panel. And what you always export is what is shown in your program panel, not what is shown in your source panel. While your project panel is where you keep all your footage, that is your music, videos, and pictures. So looking at this, the first thing I have to do is to create a sequence. Like I told, this is a sequence panel. You have to create a sequence that I will work on, that I will separate a sequence whereby my video and my audio will be kept sequentially and arranged according to the format of an editor. So the first thing I have to do is, then here is your different menu bar. You have the file menu bar, the edit menu bar, the clip bar, the sequence bar, the marker, graphics, windows, and help bar. So to create a new sequence, I come to file, come to new. Remember, there are shortcuts to doing all this, but we have to go through the normal process. And I come to sequence. As you can see, this is my sequence tab. So I will just give it a sequence name. Can try to leave it as Cecilia birthday, or I can try to give it the same name as my project, my project file, and I click OK. But if I click OK, if I come to setting, if I come to my frame rate is 1920 by 1080. This is always the frame rate we shoot at. So I can choose to change my frame rate or leave it the same way, and I click OK. Clicking OK, you can see a difference. This is your sequence tab that show that this is your sequence. This thing has changed. You have V1 now, and we have A1. The V1 stands for video, the A1 stands for audio. So that is video 1, A, audio 1. So if you are importing an audio to be in your audio line, or if you are importing a video to be in your video line, that's what it simply means. Then this, you can see here, the changes here. So I want to import a file now. To import, there are different ways to import. You can double click in your project panel. If I double click, it will not take me to my files. I cannot choose the place that is stored and I import it. I can also right click and click import and look for where the file I want to import is. I can also come to file, new. I can also come to file and I click import. It will also take me to, I say, do 3 ways to achieve same thing. So all depends on what you feel that works best for you. Normally, I always like and double click. To me, it's always faster for me than going to file, import. I always like double clicking on the project this thing. But before I import, I will call what's known as a bin. A bin is, okay, we'll talk about a bin in our next tutorial. So I will double click. I will now go to where the footage I want to import is. Let me say with this in desktop. I can go to desktop. Okay, so I want to import this video and I click open. That's imported. So this is the video here. See it is showing in my source panel. There is where it's previewing. You can see it. This why it's showing portrait is because I changed my sequence setting, which I will show you in subsequent tutorial how to change the sequence setting so you can be in a portrait form. This is a landscape form. So as you can see, this is it. So I can decide to drag it, and the question on Premiere Pro asks me the clip does not match the sequence setting. This is 1080 by 920 by 1080. Why this is 920 by 1080? So I saying it. So it doesn't match. This is a landscape. This is a portrait. Now the question is, Premiere Pro is asking me, did I wish to change the sequence setting to match the clip setting, or I just want to leave it? I say keep your existing. I don't want to change here the sequence setting to be the same with the footage I use. I just want to put keep existing setting, and Premiere Pro has done that. Are you seeing it? If I had changed it, it would have come to portrait, but I'll show you how to do that in subsequent tutorial. Now I have dragged it in. This is the first way to import into your sequence panel. I press delete. The second way is you can still drag from here to here. That is second way to actually what import to. So any way that best for you. Then if you want to like cut a particular side, which I will show you after how to do that too in subsequent tutorial. Now you can see here up here is, let me make my screen big. As you can see, up here is V1, my here is A1. Like I told you, the V stands for video and A stands for audio. So this down part that is in A1 is the audio of the clip, while here is the video. So if I, for example, mute, if I click this M here, which is mute the audio, and I play this video, you won't hear any sound. You just be seeing a video without any sound. And videos that are not always a sound always look and sound always look boring. That's why I see is so. But if I unmute and I play it, there's actually sound now. That simply means that the sound is back. So that is an introduction to Adobe Premiere Pro. In the next tutorial, I'll make us understand the menu bars in Premiere Pro, and also how to make use of the different tools in Premiere Pro while carrying out your edit. Thank you so much for staying true to the Diary of a Cameraman on the introduction to Adobe Premiere Pro. See you next time, Diary of a Cameraman. Thank you.